Hey guys, Coffee Cranks here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with another video on Path of Exile because last Friday GGG revealed a new league and released patch notes. So the new league mechanic is centered around a whole new town where you'll be able to build and upgrade buildings and hire workers to work there. And then you'll be able to just walk away or let's say go to sleep and come back in the morning for some sweet loot that your workers have gotten for you. Or you will realize that they were all kidnapped by some evil boss that you will have to go and fight to get them back. I know some people would probably not be happy about the league mechanic and they feel like it doesn't fit into the world of Path of Exile. Personally, I love it. I think it's great. I do like how GGG experiments and has been experimenting lately a lot. I think partially due to Mark being sort of in charge, and I think it's a good thing for the game. But yeah, I can see that some people, they feel like this is way too much and, maybe we should just go back to loot explosions and same old, same old. If you haven't heard, by the way, trade has been automated, or at least the stackable currency portion of trade, which is super exciting news. I'm really happy for everybody who will be playing Trade League. Unfortunately, I'll be playing SSF this league, so I won't be able to enjoy this new thing. Speaking of this league, I'm going to play SRS, and I'm going to play it in SSF for the first time in my life. And it's really exciting because I never played either one of them. SSF is going to present a whole set of new problems for me, which I do intend to solve. I'm looking forward to a new challenge because I felt like Trade League was too easy for me. I just tend to accumulate a lot of currency and a lot of gear, and then I just get demotivated. I kind of wanted something that's more slow paced and that I can spend some time farming and not be locked into this mindset. Okay, I got more divines, so I can just buy more stuff with it. Original build is from Ghazi, so if you want to check out his build, make sure to do so. It's on YouTube. I made quite a few changes, especially I changed the leveling setup because I gotta say, I didn't test this build in the end game whatsoever. And this is why this is very experimental and, play at your own risk because I do believe that it's going to work really well in endgame. However, I didn't really get to it on this build and I didn't do any advanced content. What I did do is go through the campaign several times and I have extremely detailed notes and POB on how to do so. However, I'm still waiting for the update in Path of Building before the leak start or whenever it comes out. And when it does come out, I will update the tree and I will post another video about that. When it comes to POB, I try to make it as detailed as possible, especially the leveling section, since, like I said, I went through campaign multiple times, so every step of the way is recorded, and you don't ever have to think about which node to pick next, because it's all detailed in the tree section. And then, yeah, you get to end game and you have the end game version. But when you get to maps, for example, so around level 68, right, you have the early map gear, which this is a realistic set of gear that I got after running through the campaign. So I just put it all here, and this is what I got in SSF with no necropolis, nothing, just pure campaign gear. So you can expect to have better gear because there's going to be some league mechanic on top of it. So I just wanted to test it out in, pure conditions without any help from anything extra. And if you actually want to see which skills to get, you can also check the Act 1, for example, skill section, Act 2, Act 3, Act 4, and it will also conveniently show you the colors because, it's easy to see, okay, this is how many reds I need, this is how many blues I need, just to see the links. And then if you go into notes, so the notes are extremely detailed and it basically tells you what to do in every act. So, you go from Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, Act 4 to the very end. The choices that don't really matter, sometimes you get to pick a reward, and if it doesn't really matter, it might not be displayed here. And I actually wrote everything down, so I explained how that works. and you know what vendor regex to use. So yeah, it's really, really detailed. I tried to make it as user-friendly as possible. I definitely spent way too much time writing this section, and I really hope that, you know, somebody can benefit from it. This is gonna be great. Unfortunately for the end game, like I said, I don't really have, I cannot vouch that it's gonna be amazing because I never played it in the end game, but you do have the skill section in the end game, and you do have the gear, and you do even have a section for animated guardian, so you can basically check which gear to get on animated guardian. And actually, if you go down in the notes, it details the gear for animated guardian, and it will also tell you where to get that gear because the nodes are made for SSF. So just keep in mind, if you're in trade, the gear is very easy to obtain eventually. You just get currency, you buy it, no problem. But for the SSF, you cannot get certain items deterministically. So most of the things in this build you can get deterministically. This is why I decided to play it in SSF, because a lot of things can be deterministically obtained through multiple league mechanics, which makes it much easier to gear. And some other gear can be obtained through divination cards, so again, you can farm it reliably, even though sometimes it takes a lot of time. But if you play in Trade League, I think this build is fairly easy to get together, so there shouldn't be any issues there. In the next video that I'm hoping to release sometime before Friday, I'll also be posting the loot filter that I made specifically for this build and specifically for SSF. So if you want to follow that, just wait for my next video. I'll also be streaming the League Start at twitch.tv/coffeecranked, so feel free to stop by and ask me any questions about the build. So yeah, that's it for today, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'm sorry I cannot give you more information for now. This is very experimental, and I'm really excited for the League Start, and I hope you are as well, and see you guys in the next video.